That is my reaction. Oh, it's fading out. I don't want it to end. I love the energy.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid.
Man, I like it.
Well, you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world a little colder. Hey Jude, don't let me down.
You can always count on Paul McCartney to make me emotional. Oh my goodness, this is such a timeless piece, and I can see why it's so relevant for generations after it's been released. Like, oh, it's a truly tender and touching song. And I love his voice, it's just so soft. And the sweet, gentle lead-in. And Ringo playing something other than the drums. I love the little addition they added with that. It's just... So far, my first impression is this is another masterful, beautiful, calm work of art.
It's tough to actually say how much my appreciation for the music and just the legacy of the Beatles has begun to grow and deepen, and it will never be the same as somebody who lived through that time, and seen them or knew them or their music when everybody was still here and alive and stuff. But man, yeah, I'm starting to get a little tiny sense of that feeling. It's powerful, man. And yeah, some of the best songwriters in this band that I've ever lived. That's amazing. And you gotta let her in, not only a person, a her, but love. You gotta let her in to begin to heal. Wow.
Something so real, so kind. You start to feel like a child again. Definitely, I feel that. Like suddenly, everything makes sense through music. It's such a powerful kind of emotional support, but in a gentle and uplifting way. Oh, let's talk about his vocals. His singing is such a simple, it's kind of conversational style. I know that this is their feature, like being talking in the music, but it sounds so cool. And of course, I really love the melodies because everybody can sing their melodies. That's why people love the Beatles. But to me, the real magic comes from those background harmonies. I mean the backing vocals. They glide over the chords like waves. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my gosh, like an air. And together with this instrument and the lead vocals, it sounds so cool. It's so deep. I'm so impressed.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let it run to your skin. Then you begin to make it better, 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 better.
I like that the group is very diverse. Like the audience is really diverse.
But somehow it works. Somehow this works.
And it's catchy too, man.
Yeah, I just love looking at the crowd. Looking at the people there.
What's gonna be repeating this in the video?
The Beatles are It's great the diversity of all the people as well.
They've been conducting all this.
Makes me want to sing too.
Music can just bring people together. I gotta tell you, I like the context behind the song. And
Yes, dude. This, listen. Again, everyone knows that classic. Na 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 na. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But And I was a big Beatles fan back in the day, but I've never seen this. Thank
Yeah.
y'all, trash talkers, man.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I could count on one hand how many times I've heard this in my lifetime, but
Wow.
yeah, seeing it like that gives so much more to it. Like, and they have people of all ethnicities all gathered in there, just vibing together, dude. That's like
That to me, that's what the Beatles encompass. They encompass peace.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
peace. So when you had said, "Hey, Jude, hold on, dude, hold on now, Jewish," I don't know if we're going. It might be about some Jewish.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Listening to the lyrics, it doesn't give that away.
Yeah,
But I think there's like I want to say Jude is like German for Jew.
I don't know. I mean, I was hearing something. I mean, what I always thought it was about was, there was a chick that was always doing, would turn a good situation into like a Eeyore. Like, oh, well.
It does sound like she's depressed.
Maybe next time. Like, man, get
Yeah,
up.
like don't let them get under your skin.
Yeah,
Come
just
on.
go do something, man. Like,
Yeah, it sounds like she was very unhappy, and this song was to cheer her up.
man.
Gotta tell you, now that I know the context behind the song and why it was written, that sense of togetherness makes so much sense. I really am so happy that they represented that in the music video to connect it to the deep meaning of the song. It was basically written to comfort one of the band members' son who is going through a divorce, and I really think that's such a precious way to comfort him in a meaningful way through a song that oozes with the idea that there's always going to be people around you who will support you, and I love that. Now, what I liked about this music video a lot is that it felt more genuine and less fabricated like most music videos would be. It felt like I was peeking on something that actually happened. I don't know if it was fabricated or not. I still have yet to understand if that's the case, but you can let me know. But I feel like that sense of realism really adds to the song and its meaning. Now, I can't let this video end without talking about the amazing vocals. Of course, the harmonies and the way they meld perfectly with each other is just amazing. Obviously, the instrumentation as well was top notch, so it's clear why the Beatles have done so well over the year.
Watching this video was experience. It was like, it literally made me emotional. Like, how can a song like a simple song like this make somebody emotional? Well, it can, and it just happened. I feel like one of the beauties of the music of Beatles is that they make things very simple at first, and then like it starts building up to the point where the song just takes you with it, and all of your thoughts, everything is with that song, and I don't know. It just takes you to another planet, and it's incredible.
I loved that.
Like at the end, so at the beginning, obviously that was where all the lyrics were.
Right.
And then when we heard it switch up and they started doing that, that was my favorite part of the song. Even though it had the least context, it felt like it had the most context.
I could have rocked. I could have just vibed just to that part.
I feel like if this is a song that you've heard before, when you hear it come on and it gets that Hey Jude part, I feel like that's something that if you're in a bar, you're in, a supermarket, if it came on, that you would just sing that part, the na 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 na.
No doubt about it.
And I loved it because when they got on the stage, everybody kind of came up there with them, and it was the young, the old, people of all different races,
People from all
with their
different
arms
races.
around each other, just singing it. And to me, that's
music.
that's what music
was
is
for.
about.
Exactly.
And especially back then, I feel like music was all about bringing each other together, bringing people from all over the world together, from different walks of life together. And that's one thing we've really learned from the channel is that, we've learned that we're not nearly as separated as the media wants us to think we are, that there are lots of people with lots of love in their heart who love each other. And that part of that song, for some reason, just embodied that for me. And I really, really enjoyed it.
No, it was an absolutely great song. But, like you said, I loved how the back half was just the na 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 na. Like, that part.
That was my favorite part.
Like, no matter, like I said, no matter where you're at, if you hear the na 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 na, you're like, oh, that's Hey Jude by the Beatles.
Yeah,
like,
so now I'm like a part of this whole thing.
Exactly.
And when it comes on, I'm going to sing it with everybody.
Exactly. So it's one of those deals now, like when you hear it on the radio, like you can go up to someone next to you, or whoever's sitting next to you, hey, I bet you don't know who sings this. Like, and you only know it because of that one part. But it was absolutely amazing. And, the thing that blew my mind, and Paul McCartney, I'm pretty sure that was the guy on the piano. I get their names mixed up. But, you know, in the previous Beatles songs, we have not heard him. Did you hear those notes he was hitting? How high he was getting?
Was he the one also doing like scream a little bit in the middle when they were doing the na-na-na?
So,
Yeah, that was really special.
I didn't know he had those type of notes in him, but absolutely loved it. I mean, it was a positive song, you know, obviously trying to get someone, you know, out of the dumps where they've been, you know, they've been down, they've been low. And then, you know, on the back half, it just like, everybody came together, and it was that, you know,
the special part of the song.
You know, after so many na-na-nas, I just started watching the video and like seeing all the different faces, and you know, everyone is kind of, you know, like I said, putting their arms around each other, you know, just embracing each other. You know, that's what we were missing so much.